There'll be times where it's scary, but just know that if you're not scared, you haven't pushed yourself hard enough. We met at 3DS, which is a 3-day startup bootcamp, and I pitched the idea of having confinement nannies to come to Australia, which is where I met Sarah.
and I thought I just heard about what a confinement nanny was just like a couple of days prior, and so when I heard about the idea of her pitching it in Australia, I was just asking her so many questions about it because I wanted to know how you're going to account for all the cultural differences, how you're going to have all the special teas that you have to have a drink in here, and then people thought I was having a go at her, but really I just thought it was such a cool idea and thought we needed to bring it to Australia, so I just wanted to learn more. We pivoted from the idea of just having a confinement nanny to say, hey, how about it be a gift that you give a new parent and get rid of the guilt, which is part of why we thought this might not work in Australia. So when we pivoted to that idea of just having a gift for new parents, the judges are really encouraging, so we ended up meeting up again later and saying, hey, how about we actually see what happens if we put this on Instagram and see who's going to buy it. And then as it turns out, actually a lot of working parents bought it.
I think we incorporated pretty early on after we started selling, just because we needed to have an ABA for tax invoices.
Yeah. It made it feel very legitimate when we did that, and because when we did that as well, we knew that we were responsible for all these mums and the children, then that felt a bit more real. We kept interviewing a lot of different parents, was the first part, but then after that we were pretty stuck on like what should we do next.
I realized that I didn't have the skills to run the business that I wanted to run, and I really needed the help.
We learned so much in 3 days. How much we're going to learn in a year if we do a master entrepreneurship?
When we interview customers, a lot of them will come to us and tell us that no, this is the problem you should fix. No, we need this, we need that. We actually don't need your services. You need to do all these other things. Those are very unsettling periods of time for us. Use fear as a guiding tool for what you need to look out for. For example, sometimes we do things and then we go, we're so fearful of starting it. It's usually because we know in our gut that there's probably something we haven't troubleshooted yet. So we go through the process again, and then once we figure everything out, it just feels right, and then the fear goes away, then we're more confident in executing it.
Talk to as many people as possible about your idea, because you never know who's going to be able to help you or give you advice or steer you on the right path. From speaking to so many people, I've just learned an unbelievable amount of things, and it also makes you so excited because every time you talk about it, you get fresh perspective and it just reignites your passion.